Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Diamond Report as we cover Whitman Blues baseball here in the 2026 season. After going a little bit long last time, we're going to have a little bit more of an abbreviated episode, and it's going to be just me today. We'll catch back up with Cody next week, but we're going to jump right into an interview this week as we're going to welcome the newest, well, actually, I can't even say that's true, one of the new assistants to this Whitman baseball program here in 2026. So I want to have a chance here, Blues Nation, to welcome our guest. He was hired in December as a new assistant baseball coach for Whitman Baseball, hailing from El Paso, Texas. Played baseball at St. Mary's University, a D2 school in the Lone Star Conference. Then at Arizona Christian University, has a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and a teaching certificate. Fans, please welcome to the Diamond Report, Anthony Chavez. Anthony, good to be chatting with you today. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Good, and you. Thank you for having me, Stephen. Great to be on this.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining. And so right off the bat, I want to make sure because so I grew up in Nevada, was a big Oakland A's fan at the time, still follow the A's. That's a conversation for a different day. But so is it Chavez? Is it Chavez? How do we favor this? If I'm saying this all year, I want to make sure I have it right.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, so it's actually Chavez.
Okay.
But everywhere I've been, everywhere I've played, it's always been Chavez. So I kind of gotten used to it, but it's originally Chavez.
Like I said, that Gold Glove third baseman went by Eric Chavez. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
that one rolls out of the tongue for me. But so like I said,
Yes, sir.
it was the same thing. I grew up, I heard Chavez, I heard Chavez, then it just became Chavi, right? So it just if I start walking around, I'll just call you Chavi. Maybe you'll have that one
Hey,
going by the end of the school year.
that one's been taken. You'd be one of the people who've been to use that one. I've heard that one before as well. Someone has one of my old coaches actually told me, he's like, hey, I can't really pronounce. I don't know what to call you, whether Chavez or Chavez. So I was like, he's like, I'm just gonna go with Chavi. I was like, perfect. That's fine, coach. Chavi is fine.
Well, Chavi rolls off the tongue for me, so it might just be Chavi then, man. I love it. So I want to have an opportunity to kind of first give you a chance to tell everyone about yourself. We've chatted a little bit, but really first chance to kind of dive into some of the baseball and some of that. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. But before we really dive into some of that stuff, just tell us a little about you. How did we get to here?
Yeah, for sure. So I was recently, previous school was Sul Ross State University down in Alpine, Texas. I was there for 2 years. We underwent a D3 to D2 transition. We went from the ASC, which is kind of a spread out league throughout Texas and Mississippi and Arkansas. So it was a lot of travel, lot of long bus rides. I believe our shortest bus ride was about 6 hours, 7 hours, and our longest was 18 hours. So kind of they wanted to cut back on travel and all that, try to stay within the state of Texas and New Mexico. So we hopped into the Lone Star Conference and all that. Um, went in there, played in that conference with Sul Ross State or with St. Mary's, sorry. So kind of had an idea of what we were getting into. Knew we were up for a bit of a struggle the first couple years and all that. Decided to leave and all that due to family issues. So once I left, took care of family issues at home, and then once family issues began to get resolved, kind of started looking back into the baseball world of things and trying to find a new place. Whitman was one of my top searches. Was definitely one that I wanted to get into once I saw there was an opening for the assistant coach. Talked with Coach BK over the phone, went through the interview process, went through rounds, came on a in-person interview and all that, and it was great. It really enjoyed the staff meeting the whole staff on the athletic side, meeting some of the staff on the education side was really good. So kind of really made me open up my eyes to see that there was a different kind of world of baseball in school on this aspect. Just the way Whitman runs their academics and athletics, it's a real neat thing to see and real neat thing to be a part of, especially coming from a state school where it's like, hey, anybody that wants to apply, anyone that wants to come in, just go ahead. It will accept anybody. Whitman's a little different, a little more rigorous process of getting students in here, but it's a great way to get great students in here. So it's something that I really enjoy, and I'm really looking forward to working here these next few years.
Well, we're certainly glad that you're here for sure, man. So it's been a lot of fun. And again, you started in December, so you really have kind of jumped feet first in, also then kind of adding it even in the interview process that Coach Hara was here, and then he was obviously out. So you've kind of immediately had to jump into this role all the responsibilities landed on your shoulders right away. I mean, how's it all gone? How are you feeling about things?
It's great. Yeah, so Coach Hara's last week was my first week, so we kind of overlapped. We were able to kind of talk about what needed to be done as he was leaving and I was entering. So he set me up great. He gave me pretty much the whole rundown of the offensive side, what hitters need in order to have success, what our guys have been working on over the fall semester, leading into the spring semester and all that. So we definitely got off on a good foot, on the right foot actually. Just kind of left me the keys to the kingdom and said, "Hey, this is where we're at. This is what guys need to work on. They already know. So these are great athletes, so they kind of already knows. So it shouldn't be too much trouble working with them and all that." So it was really good. A really good handoff between me and Coach Hara. And I mean, the roles that Coach BK and the other coaching staffs have put on my shoulders has been nothing new to me. So Ross kind of did a little bit of everything out there too as well. So nothing really new. Just a few different systems getting used to, but besides that, really comfortable with it and really excited to get running with this.
So, and before we really jump into kind of the systems and what you're doing here, I want to spend a little bit of time too. So, so you played, you pitched for the most part, it looked like in college. Did you play, were you a two-way athlete in high school? Did you hit and pitch too in high school? Or have you always been a on the bump guy?
Yeah, so I was a two-way guy out of high school. Funny story actually.
Yeah.
Went to New Mexico Junior College for my first 2 years right after high school.
Yep.
Made it to the Junior College World Series my sophomore year. First day of
Hey.
practice actually. I showed up as a two-way. Coach was like, "Hey, it's open field, open BP. We'll do open BP and then in and out after, and we'll kind of see where guys are at." Showed up, walked out my first baseman mitt, went up to the first baseman I saw. I was like, "Hey, my name's Anthony. Nice to meet you." And kind of introduced myself, asking him what the rundown is, what he thought about the school, what he thought about the program from previous years being a sophomore. Little did I know he had just gotten drafted after his freshman year. He turned it
Oh.
down to come back to gain more, try to gain a little bit more money. So he didn't mention that in the opening comment in the open conversation. So I was just like, okay, this is another guy from Canada, big stocky lefty, big guy. He looks like he can smash baseballs everywhere. So I was like, okay, maybe two guys that I got to try to really beat out. And then a week later shows up. We get a new guy that showed up late to school, a 6'8" Dominican. I was all like, oh, yeah, all right. So I got to beat out a draft guy and a 6'8" Dominican draft prospect. I went right up to the head coach. "Hey, coach, I think I'm a PO." He's like, "You sure, man? We haven't even hit our first inter squad yet." I was like, "No, coach, I think I'm good. You got about four first basemen that are a little bit bigger than me. They've seen that they know what they're doing a little bit more than me. So I think I'm just gonna go PO and understand my strengths and weaknesses. I think I'm gonna take a win on the pitching side now." So kind of just went, yeah, right
Funny.
after high school, was a two-way, got to college, realized my strength was being a PO. So I was like, you know what, I'll just hop on the mound and focus everything on the mound.
And you're a left guy, right? So
Yes,
you're
sir.
using
Left,
the right.
left.
So am I. So we're the ones using the right side of the
Yep,
brain. So
yep,
I
yep.
love that. So what kind of pitcher were you then?
Yeah, so I kind of did. I was put in different roles pretty much all of college. Got a few starts. My first year at St. Mary's, I was a starter, and then I got moved to the pen at New Mexico Junior College. I was a pen guy. But in my favor, if I had to choose what role I liked the most, it was probably a pen guy. I liked coming out the bullpen, throwing 3, 4 times out of the week, 1 inning, hair on fire, just let it eat, challenge a guy for the last couple innings, and then just bounce back and do it again the next day, get as much time out on the mound as I can rather than throwing once a week and kind of basing my performance off of one outing. I rather base it off of multiple outings and see where if I made progress throughout the week or if I was declining in my throwing and all that.
And so for those that are maybe unfamiliar with it, right? Like there's so much conversation now in terms of the way that the game has changed, right? Like, you obviously have more relievers going, you have relievers going longer, you have starters going shorter, it's max effort, shorter outings, all that kind of stuff. To sort of simplify that just a little bit though, for somebody that maybe doesn't understand like the mentality and the approach that it takes to be a starter as opposed to a guy coming out of the bullpen, like kind of walk people through like what does that look like in terms of preparation, how you go about warm-ups, how you go about just taking care of yourself, like because it's not as easy of a transition to bounce back and forth as people might understand. So like yeah, so just kind of talk about that for from your experience.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely the process, the whole getting my body ready for the weekend series was very different from being a reliever to a starter. Starter, you're more on a set schedule. You know what days you're gonna throw, you know what game you're gonna throw, so you kind of build your schedule around that earlier in the week. So you're throwing maybe 1 to 2 bullpens a week, giving yourself 2 to 3 days between each pen just to relax and recover as well as you can and all that. And then once you get into that game or once it's your start day, you gotta mentally prepare yourself from the get-go. As soon as you wake up, you got to be thinking about the game. You got to have a whole kind of go back into your scouting report, relook at it, revisit that, refresh your mind, have an idea of how you want to attack hitters inning by inning. Obviously, as a starter, you're trying to roll 5, 6 innings into a game, give your kind of shorten the leash for your bullpen, give them a little bit less work frame and all that. So being a starter was definitely more prep, more stuff, getting the body ready, getting the mind right, understanding what kind of team I was facing, if it was a small ball team or a big fly team, a team that was looking at to put pressure on me as a pitcher, or just a team that's just going to be some dogs in the box and grind out ABs, make it tough for me, make it tough to get strikeouts, get easy outs and all that, rather than a bullpen guy. I was just, hey, I'm looking at swings during the game. That's all I'm looking at. I'm not really looking into scouting reports. I'll maybe glance at him like, hey, this guy's probably a pull guy. This guy likes to hit this pitch and this count. Obviously, the base information, base knowledge. But bullpen, coming out the bullpen, I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna be watching the game, sitting in the dugout or sitting in the bullpen and just kind of reading swings, seeing how guys react to certain pitches and certain counts, and obviously take that into my repertoire once I get going in the game and all that. So definitely, yeah. Preparation wise, very differently. In game, once we get to the game, routine is very different. I had starting was definitely like an hour and a half. I had to get my whole body right, go to the trainer, go get rubbed out, go get some dry needling if I had to, go just hop on whatever I needed in order to set myself up for the best success that day. Rather than out the pen, it was just, hey, I don't know if I'm going today, but I'm just gonna be ready. So I'm just gonna stay hot, stay loose, go do my everyday routine, go throw my 90 to 120, get my arm loose, see where my arm's at throughout the day and all that. Just because at the pen you're expected to go multiple days throughout the weekend, or if you're playing Monday, Wednesday, and then the weekend, you're kind of expected to go Monday and then be ready for that weekend. So definitely a lot of differences in the whole preparation from starter to reliever role. But reliever role is definitely something that you got to be on the fly with. You got to be ready to get hot within 5 to 10 minutes. They may tell you, hey, start stretching, and then something bad may happen in the game, and hey, you got the next 2 guys, you got the next guy after this guy, or something like that, and you got to have some sort of routine that's going to be able to get you ready in a short amount of time, rather than being a starter where you have that whole half day, whole pretty much BP to get ready, get your mind right, and all that. So definitely something that I really enjoy. I like being put in. Hey, you're in the hot seat. You figure it out. You got to get ready. Figure it out. Go do your thing, man. And that's something I really enjoyed and I really took pride in. I loved going 3 to 4 days out of the pen and just seeing my velo jump by the third, fourth day.
I love it. Now the other side to that, so you gave us you gave us the responsible side, right? If I was in the bullpen, I was dialed in, I was watching ABs. Bullpens also have reputations for doing some other stuff down along the lines. Any games you guys were always playing down there? What was your bullpen culture? And I say that's like, so I did my undergrad at Washington State, and so our bullpen always did staff Saturdays. They'd all have mustaches real fake for shape for Saturdays, all this stuff. Did you guys do anything fun, or what was your bullpen culture down there?
Yeah, so bullpen culture was different at every place, but probably my favorite one was at St. Mary's. So we had a big junior college class come in when I went in there when I transferred out of New Mexico Junior College. So it was about 8 to 10 guys that were all junior college transfers, and about 8 of them, or about 90% of them, were all pitchers. So it was like, oh, hey, we got a whole bunch of older guys in the bullpen, guys that know what they need, know what they need in order to get ready and all that. So it was like, hey, coach put a lot of responsibility into us. He gave us a lot of trust, which at times was really good, which was really cool, but at times could be really bad. We got caught in a few off guard moments at times and all that, but for the most part, we were locked in. Probably our bullpen culture was very, very, very lax. It wasn't, hey, like no one's freaking out in the bullpen. We all realized like, hey, this guy's getting touched up. We should all probably get up, start moving. We don't know who's next. Our head coach would tell us, hey, these are our go-to guys, or these are go-to guys late. So once we realized what the situation was, we kind of locked it in. Everyone realized their role. Everyone knew their role in the bullpen, and kind of took it easy until they knew when their role was coming up and began to lock it in. But some games that we used to play, we used to stack a cup probably halfway down the mound or probably 5 to 10 feet from our feet, and we would just try to shoot seed shells into the cup from how long and all that.
Yeah.
At times, if we had bubble gum tubs in the back, we would make little darts with them, and we would try to shoot them over the fence and try to shoot them into the outfield grass, see who can shoot the farthest dart. So at the end of the games, you would just see a whole bunch of rappers in the left field, right field corner, just sticking up and down like a lawn dart, or just flat on the ground, and guys are just over here shooting them straight up in there over the fence, trying to see what flight it was. Not many engineer majors, but hey, everyone seemed like an engineer major trying to make their best dart.
Well, I thought you guys were all at MIT majoring in rocket science,
Yeah,
huh?
everyone's trying to figure out what the best flight pattern, how to angle the wings to get the best spin and all that. So definitely a lot of just, hey, keep it busy, trying to keep ourselves entertained early in a game, or when our starter's rolling deep into a game and we know he's got it under his belt. We're kind of bored, so we got to do have a little fun to pass time during the games.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, you can't stay locked in that long all the time, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to find that on and off switch for it, it's so much easier said than done too, right? Like, I mean, because there's for sure those guys that are just hard to be around on a game day because they're just that way and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to be a part of it. But my experience for that was with the majority of just like, yeah, you have to find ways to like not be that way. Otherwise, you're just going to drive yourself nuts if your heart rate and everything else is just sitting here all the time. You find ways to cool it down. So I love it. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you were a pitcher in college. Uh, did you know anything about Whitman or anything like that? It's like I know you went and played pro ball in Canada, right? So, like I mean, had you spent any time in the Northwest prior to coming to Whitman? Did you know kind of what you were getting into, or was this kind of just heard the school, like what I'm hearing, let's go?
So yeah, a little bit of both. I had actually played up here in the Pacific Northwest. I played in the West Coast League
Okay.
in the summer of 2019, the summer before COVID.
Yep.
Played here, lived in Port Angeles, played for the Port Angeles Lefties.
Oh,
So
okay.
I mean, we visited pretty much all the towns. Played the Walla Walla Suites here a few times.
Yep.
Kind of visited the whole region, and it was honestly one of my favorite spots to play summer ball.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I would do it again and come back and play and all that. Especially with all the new MLB affiliations with this league and all that, which was not a thing when I was playing, which is crazy to me. But I mean, yeah, it was great. I enjoyed the scenery. I kind of knew what kind of environment Whitman was at once I started applying for it. But honestly, before applying and all that, I had no idea about Whitman. Maybe I heard it once or twice in the baseball world, just being mentioned like, "Hey, Whitman's up here. They had a great year and all that," but never really took a look into it, anything before the hiring process, or once I started looking into schools to start applying to and all that. So,
Yeah.
but coming up here, it's a great area, great town, great community. Seems like the community gets behind the school very well, and a lot of support from the athletic staff and all that.
Yeah, and so in addition to everything that you're asked to do in terms of coaching the guys and recruiting and everything else, like you've also been doing a lot of the kids camp stuff, right? So you've been involved with the clinics that the program's been putting on and stuff. So you hearing from kids or parents about like, oh, this or that, or places you need to go and check out. Like what's been the intel on that side of the world?
Yeah, it's been a lot of recommendations, and it's a lot of places to go. Once I showed up, a lot of people to meet, a lot of people that have said, "Hey, go try this. You got to try that," or go here and tell them, this person, they'll hook you up here. So it seems like a
Yep.
real small town feel. Everyone knows each other. Everyone has a little hookup somewhere. Everyone knows somebody at some place. If you need help with anything, it seems like, hey, like if you can't figure it out here, hey, go ahead and ask this person. They'll help you out in the right direction. But no, it's been great. All the recommendations have been good. Me and my girlfriend have tried we try to try everything every time she's here. We try to try something new every single day and all that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, recommendations has been good. Blake Trinan gave us a little one for a pizza place that was awesome. A lot of the guys on the team t told me to go to Pasta Tempo. Really good spot there. We tried a few Indian places, a few Vietnamese places and all that. So pretty good food out here. Very diverse, and I'm really liking it so far.
Yeah, the wine industry definitely brought the foodie out of this town. So it is like you can spend probably months trying to get to every restaurant in town and try and find a bad meal. It's hard to do. It's there's I'm with you. There's a lot of good food in this town. So we'll have to discuss more of that as the season moves along. So again, so we're talking to Chavi, Anthony Chavez, the new assistant baseball coach here for Whitman baseball program. So you spent your time as a player primarily on the mound, especially when you get to college. Now you're here and you're back working with the offense, right? So you're going to be, you're working with the offense day in, day out. You're going to be coaching third, if I heard correctly. So how's that gone? Is that something you had experienced before? What's it like working with the offense? Kind of coming with the pitcher's brain into it. What has that been like? How's that transition gone? Have you spent much time? Have you had to learn sort of the teaching the offense side of it, or is the pitcher background playing two-way helped you out? Like just kind of talk about, your process, philosophy, just how you kind of gotten into being on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so coaching third base is definitely new to me, but at Sul Ross my first year I was coaching first base, so kind of have an idea of how to coach the bases and all that.
Yeah.
Still learning, obviously, learning how to send how to read plays as they're developing and how to hold guys or send guys on certain aspects and just kind of reading the game and understanding what situation we're in and if we're trying to apply pressure, we're trying to score a late run, or if, hey, we got a big lead, we're just going station to station and all that. So definitely have some confidence coaching the bases and all that. But yeah, being a pitcher all of college and then now coming to Whitman and working with the offense is definitely something new to me, something that I'm not afraid but very excited to work and learn about. Something that I kind of use with our guys is I use obviously the pitcher mindset as I read swings and I look at swings where I'm throwing BP and I'm like, how can I get this guy out? What hole do I see in his swing that as a pitcher I would attack? So definitely using the pitcher aspect of how would I get this guy out, and then obviously once I identify like, hey, how can I get this guy out, or how would I think any other pitcher would get him out? I go over, pull him over to the side. Hey, if I was a pitcher, this is what I'll throw you in this count, or hey, this is what I'll throw you following up that recent pitch and all that. Give them kind of an insight of what the pitchers are thinking, of what their mindset is. Obviously, on the pitcher side, just because they have as an offensive hitter, they have their own mindset. They're hunting certain pitches, but at the same time, they got to be able to play that same game with the pitcher and understand what he's trying to throw and what he's comfortable with. Yeah, and working with Jack Bickerton, the other assistant. He was an offensive guy, had a great offensive career here at Whitman. Played first base for us. Did very well at his time here. Great guy to work with. He knows his stuff a lot. So I'm constantly just asking him questions, bouncing ideas off of him. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I saw this. Well, how would you approach this with this guy? Or hey, I'm seeing the offense do this. I think as a pitching staff, they would start doing this. And he's right there to tell me like, yeah, I think so too. We definitely got to work on this. We definitely got to do this and that. And there's times where he's like, no, it doesn't work like that as a hitter. It's not like that. It's not that simple as a pitcher, or it doesn't have that same process and all that. So working with him, Coach BK, same thing. Coach BK is very knowledgeable, so he's right there to help me. And I always ask him for just a double check and reassurance, like, hey, I told this guy this because I saw this, and what are your thoughts? He's like, yeah, that's right. You're on the right path. Let's just keep working with it. We'll make more adjustments and all that. So definitely a big learning step up for me, and something I'm very eager to learn about and work with as I continue here at Women and all that.
I love it. So, obviously, there's several guys that are coming back that were significant contributors to the offense a year ago. I think probably in terms of reputation, Halen sort of kind of carries the load there, but TJ's got a lot of weight on his shoulders in terms of expectations after his first year. Landon coming in after what he's done. For those that maybe also listened last week, and we kind of ran through some of the both new guys and returners, Pets and Chen, just Nate Wilson returning, dealing with the injury stuff and coming back. There's a lot of guys that come back. What has sort of been the relationship and kind of setting the, that working relationship and approach and, and Sam too, these guys they like to hit the ball hard and try and send it a far way. So you just kind of letting them do that thing. Is there tweaks and talks and approach? Like how have those conversations gone?
No, yeah, definitely. Definitely always a growth mindset with our players and with as a coaching staff. Always trying to learn, always trying to get better, some shape or some form. Obviously those big hitters, those guys that have made a stable for them, have made a position for them in the lineup. Guys who are pretty much in every single game know what they need to do, know their approach, know their philosophy as a hitter and all that. And we're just here to kind of, hey, remind them of what it is. Hey, we're going back to this. Hey, you're getting outside of your approach. Hey, you're getting outside of our team approach and all that. So definitely just there to remind them, guide them, and slow things down. Things tend to speed up for them a lot. So we're here to remind them, hey, slow it down, take a deep breath. You're still in the driver's seat. We're looking for something that we can control and all that. Trying to stay in control of our ABs at all times and not trying to fall into that pitcher's rhythm or fall into that pitch what the pitcher's trying to get our hitters to do and all that. But yeah, offensively, I think we're really good. Hitters have a great idea of what they're doing. We have a great knowledge of how we play back to back off of each other. Guys know speed guys are trying to take bases. Our cleanup hitters, our big hitters are trying to score runs, get RBIs in, move guys around the bases and all that. And we're just trying to build one big unit, with a whole bunch of moving parts, trying to build one big unit to give us the best chance to succeed and win a game at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And so speaking of winning games, so finally got into some game action over this past weekend against Warner Pacific. Good day Friday or good day Saturday, less than stellar Sunday, but finally getting some game action with these guys. How did the weekend go from your perspective? What were some of the things that maybe impressed you, things that jumped out of like, okay, these are the areas we want to work on? Impressions, something funny happened. What do you got? What was kind of your scouting report from the weekend?
Oh, good. Scout report wise, I think we did good. We were able to we handled the velocity well. We were able to handle off speed well. Able to knock pitchers out kind of early. So obviously some pitchers went a little too deep for our liking and all that. But besides that, first obviously Saturday was a real good day for our offense and our pitching staff. Team played well. They played collectively as a whole and all that. I think a lot of our young guys made strides. A couple first years got a first start in college baseball, and it was definitely eye-opening towards them. But I thought they really responded well. Jordan Montmayor, our shortstop, it was his first start at shortstop. I think he did really well. I believe he went 2 for 3 or 1 for 3 on the weekend on that first game or something like that. But he responded well to adversity. We kind of wanted to see how he would react, how he would do, and he responded well. Same thing with Chris Nobrega. Chris Nobrega got a couple pinch hits, a couple pinch runs, and all that. Um, is a great kid, great athlete. Just does everything we tell him. So it's kind of easy to rely on those young guys when they're just great kids, great athletes who are just willing to learn and willing to do whatever it is to help the team and all that. And our older guys, I think they carried the boat. They led the pack a little bit. They showed the young guys, hey, this is college baseball. This is how we do our game days. This is how our game should go. This is how the energy should be and all that. Definitely showed them a good example on that Saturday, winning 2 games. And then Sunday was just a little down. Guys, first weekend, guys a little tired from back-to-back days, going 4 games. Guys were a little tired, a little sore from that first game and all that. So I mean, just learning, just having guys understand, hey, it's gonna be a long weekend when we're playing 4 games. We got to understand how to take care of our bodies after that first day and how to recover and respond on that second day. It's just not we're not going to be the only ones tired and sore. The other team's going to be tired and sore, but we just got to find ways to win the little battles that lead up to winning the big game and all that. So I think our guys are learning that. They're understanding, hey, it's not win 2 games and we kind of take our foot off the gas. It's foot on the gas all 4 games until we get on that bus and hit the road home and all that. So definitely a lot of improvements coming up for the next couple weeks and next couple series.
And so because you're kind of working with the offense and the position players, to ask you just the one pitching question, because you kind of get to just watch those guys, any of the arms that jumped out to you like, Oh, okay. This I like to watch this, or any guys that maybe surprised or impressed, or just any general thoughts to getting to watch some of the arms over the weekend.
Yeah, no, pitching staff is great. It's definitely something I enjoy to watch as being a former pitching coach from former pitcher. A little more relaxing, not having to stress out about calling pitches or figuring out what pitches are working for certain guys and all that. But no, great starters. Starters did their job. They did what they had to do. For the most part, all of our guys, Jack Finn, Russell Peterson. All those guys are great guys. They all know what they need to do in order to get deep into a game. They know that they got to keep their pitch count down. They know they got to get ahead early. They know their strengths and weaknesses, how what pitches play off of what, and how to attack certain hitters and all that. So it's great. Bullpen is awesome. Bullpen guys are just quiet in the back of the dugout. Don't say much. Just cheer on the team, and then all of a sudden, hey, go get this guy hot, and he just beelines it right to the bullpen, and he's hot. He comes in and no words spoken, just guys come in and take care of their business. So it's really great to see that, to see guys come in and take care of their business, especially outside of the pen. That's all we can ask for them. Give us a shot. Help us get a zero this half inning and just give us a shot to score a run. Help us win the inning with a big zero, please.
And I'm gonna keep holding your feet to the fire a little bit. So I'm gonna ask it this way: if if you could say like, man, if I had that guy's fastball, or I had that guy's changeup, or that guy's slider, or that guy's curveball, any of the guys on this team where you're like, man, I wish I could have thrown that pitch.
Definitely Russ. Russ has a fastball that seems to rise up a little bit, and I never had that. I had a whole lot of lefty run and cut. So I was like, man, I wish I can go above the barrel instead of having to play below the barrel and get ground balls. I
Yeah.
wish I was a big strikeout guy with that fastball and all that. So, Russ has a great fastball. Jack Finn has great off speed as a lefty and all that. So it's just awesome to see those guys do well and all that, and then just see Moto or not Moto, sorry, Moko,
Yep.
Carl just come in, just straight face, no emotion, just fill up the zone, pound the zone with that fastball, just pound it and just be so nonchalant about it. It's great to see.
Moko is so nonchalant in everything he
Yeah,
does. I
yeah, it's
that
just
that kid
so
cracks me up.
so flat with everything. Just you hear him excited, yeah, just a little raise in the voice, but you can't really tell if he's excited or if he's angry.
I love it. Cody, my broadcast and podcast partner in this, and we've sat over the last couple of years and just especially again. So again, I'm an A's guy, right? So watching a Barry Zito 12-6 curveball that a guy can actually control, because more of sliders and curveballs, they're starting to look more and more the same in terms of just it's how much horizontal movement are they getting and this kind of stuff. So when you watch a guy throw a true like 12-6 anymore that can just do that, it's still really fun for me. And so Russ has one of those big loopy 12-6s that he commands, he throws for strikes, and so Cody and I both at times will fawn over that pitch a little bit too. But the fastball is, because it sounds like you're maybe this way too. Like when I played, I would throw more two seams, because again, like I could never get any sort of rise on it. It was just so I had to just control it by making it move in and out. But obviously it's that flat plane and everything else. And because like I mean, and I'll ask you one more sort of pitching slash hitting question in this, of like, the game has changed so much because guys now are right, like as they're attacking and they're coming through a zone, like the swings are no longer flat. So being able to use vertical movement in that way is something that's changed. Like how do you talk to hitters about an understanding of like what their swings are doing and what sort of pitches that they're going to see as a result of that?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we definitely talk about zone hitting, talk about, hey, this guy's fastball is probably a ride fastball, he's gonna play top of the zone, or hey, this guy's fastball has a little arm side run to it, he's probably gonna play middle of the zone to run out of the zone and all that. So we kind of just tell guys, hey, we're looking for pitches in certain zones. They're like, hey, this guy's fastball is going to be has a lot of ride. Hey, we're not looking if it starts at our letters, we're probably going to check that off. We're looking for something down that's going to be up, that's going to come up to our barrel or something like that. Obviously, off speed's a little different. We're telling guys, hey, let's pick up spin, let's sit back, let's get our fastball timing down, and we can obviously react to curveball or off speed after that. But just always being ready for the fastball. We tell our guys, stay ready, stay hunting a fastball early. If it's a pitch you think you can drive, go ahead and smash it. Try to smash the baseball early in the count, and then once we get down in the count, well, then we become defensive, and then now we're trying to move a runner over, trying to find a way on at any way at that point. But yeah, I mean, telling our guys, prepping with our guys, it seems like they kind of have an idea of what they need to do. They know their swings really well. We talk to them like, hey, we think you're dragging a little bit, or hey, you're probably a little too steep on your swing, and they know right away, know what adjustments to make in game and all that. So that's one thing that's really good with our hitters. They're pretty good at making the in-game adjustments so far.
I love it. Well, we're certainly excited. Still got a couple more weeks before home openers. You guys are heading down to Redlands, California this weekend, have next weekend off, and then at least in terms of playing actual games, and then get to open up home early March with George Fox University at Borleski Stadium. Gonna run a couple of rapid fires out to you before we get you out of here. Favorite type of music?
Favorite type of music, country music.
Country, any particular artists or kind of
Um,
subgenres in it, or just kind of anything that pops on, you're kind of game for?
Kind of anything, but majority probably Texas country. Just being from Texas, Texas country has its own little taste to it. So
Yeah.
a lot of red dirt music, red dirt country.
Any any guys so far that have like a good taste in music or awful taste in music?
Music is very it's cool. It's cool here. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the music. Everyone has their own preference, so it's been good. Very diverse. We got a little Hawaiian. We get Hawaiian
Yeah.
music some days. We get some country music some days. We get some pop. We get some rap. So different genres. So it's very good. I'm not opposed to it. Just different kind of music. Obviously, there's some songs that are a little too slow to be played at practice, and those are the songs that we try to skip and all that. Try to keep the heart rate up, keep the BPMs up, and keep guys bouncing from station to station and all that.
What was your walkout song, or whether for hitting or pitching? I'll get you go back to either side.
Yeah, so pitching, I kind of changed it up every single year depending on how I felt, but favorite one was West Texas is Best Texas by the Panhandlers. I was the only kid from Texas at Arizona Christian when I went there, so I was like, hey, I got to show a little love to Texas. So I had that part, and it's just basically talking about just how West Texas is the best part of Texas, just because everything east is so much city. The west side of Texas is very still big land, open land, and ranching and all that.
Any pregame rituals?
Pre-game rituals. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything and kind of ruin it and jinx it, but no, I don't think I'm a very superstitious coach now. Player wise, I was
Yeah.
very superstitious, but as a coach now, no, I kind of stay away from those rituals and all that. I mean, maybe the only ritual that I have is shower right before I get on the bus. I have to shower right before every game, pretty much just to feel relaxed and clean and fresh. That's probably about the only thing I try to do every time before we play a game.
Did you have anything as a player
Yeah,
specifically that now you feel like you can? Well, so share some of that then. Like, what were your
yeah.
routines as a player?
So definitely had to show up an hour and 36 minutes before my start.
Why?
To the
Okay, so
T, an
why
hour 36. I
why
would
the
sit in.
36?
I don't know. I just first start I got at St. Mary's, had a great time. Just went back to my routine and just realized and broke it down. And I was like, hey, that worked for me. I'm gonna just try to stick to it. 36 was great. So if I showed up any earlier, I would sit in my car, wait till the 36-minute hit, and I would walk out, walk right in the training room, go talk to the trainer, see what I needed to get done, what time she was gonna be ready, take a quick nap, and then get ready. Warm up pitches, throw throw 8 fastballs, 10 curveballs, 6 changeups, and then one batter. And I always had to end on a good fastball. If I had to end on a good fastball, if not, I knew I wasn't gonna feel that good.
Did you have any sessions where you had to go through like five or six in a row to get the good one to walk off?
Definitely. Pitching coach looks at me, hey man, you're done. Like, don't get too tired. I have to. Like, it was like, okay, just look at him. Okay, yes, sir. Hey, fastball, one more. Hey, you're done. No, hey, one more. Here we go. And he's like, hey man, shut it. You got to shut it down. We're close to game time. All right, last one right here. I swear, coach. Just all right. We're good. Hey, we're good. We're good. Don't worry. But yeah, no, just nothing too crazy. Same seat on the bench. Once I'd come in from the dugout, go sit on my spot and just sit there, get up with 2 outs, walk up and down 3 times, and then I'm good.
What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't coaching baseball?
Oof. I mean, Probably working construction, helping out with the family business back home.
Okay.
Seeing obviously trying to expand, trying to see what I could get myself into pretty much. Because yeah, I don't know, I haven't really experienced life much without baseball, so
Yeah.
don't know what to do without it. The time I did would do without it, the time I did have no baseball, construction. So
Okay.
pretty much just something quick and easy, but yeah, don't know what I would do without baseball right now.
And for the record, I'm not asking you to not be in baseball. Just to,
Yeah.
trying to get a feel for it all. Uh, Favorite player growing up.
Favorite player growing up? Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz. Loved
Okay.
watching
So are
them.
you a Red Sox guy
Yeah, they're
generally?
the reason why I became Red Sox fans.
I
Yeah,
totally get it. Yeah.
loved watching them.
I watched Trot Nixon eliminate the A's a couple of times in the playoffs in the early aughts, so I'm very familiar with that lineup.
Yeah.
Any guys on the team that like just can make you laugh like already, like that just kind of can get you?
It's quite a bit. A lot of the pitching staff, honestly,
Yeah,
pretty much the pitching staff, they just I don't get to see them as often at practice just because I'm working with offense and they're kind of doing their own thing. But when we do come together, they're always asking me like silly questions and stuff. Moko, Carl's great. Carl's hilarious. He's one of the taller guys, so he kind of stands out in the room. And once you make eye contact, it's just hard not to give him a smile and all that. Just trying to think who else. TJ's pretty funny. TJ's just so kind of to himself, and then you just hear him make a little comment to the side, and you're just like, "Did you just say that?" And it's funny. He's a little funny guy. But yeah, I mean, no, most guys are pretty funny. A lot of guys have a good sense of humor on the team, and don't shy away from that, and kind of like to make everybody laugh.
so you're a lefty. Do you go with the lefty lean?
No, no, no,
No?
no lefty lean. What never got into that. Was always taught wear your hat straight up. Don't ever wear it
Gotcha.
backwards or anything. Wear your hat straight up.
Okay. CC Sabathia would be so sad. So
Yeah, he would. He would. A lot of pitchers would, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
that's all right. Again, so Anthony Chavi. I'm going straight to Chavi, man. I dig it. So we're going right in. So Chavi, I really appreciate you hopping on and joining us today. I laughed and look forward to chatting with you more this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to
Awesome.
seeing you at the games. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll be doing it time and time again.
All
So
right. Thank you.